Kirsty, what do people say?
First, we have Alison on line 4.
Alison, good morning.
Good morning.
Are you still eating organic?
I only eat organic food.
Are you rich?
Can't hear you.
Are you rich?
Are you rich?
I'm not rich, but I am a vegetarian. I don't have satellite or cable.
Right.
I don't eat, obviously, the meat, but if I do buy meat for my family, it's always organic. But other than that, you know, I cut my cloth accordingly, and I only eat organic food for health reasons.
So why the 13 or 12.9% slump in sales? What's behind that?
I can't hear you very well, sorry.
What's behind the 12.9% slump in sales over the last year?
I think that the reason of the slump in sales is most people are growing their own now. And, you know, I think that the big shift towards growing your own vegetables and, you know, the Hugh Fearnley Whittingstall kind of thing, the TV programmes that have been on telly, you know, I do think that's a big influencing factor.
OK, I mean, Hardy...
So? Does it become like the good life, this whole country?
I have to say, I do know a lot of people that are growing their own veg at the moment.
Just means they need to be growing an awful lot to make up for the 13% slump.
Yeah, really. Felicity Kendall would have to be out there every day. I'm not sure.
It's an interesting thought. You just think that people are doing it themselves, Alison?
Yes, I think that's true. I think people are doing it more often, and especially around here in Lincolnshire, there's a big movement towards that kind of ethos, transition town initiative and things like this.
OK, interesting view, Alison. Thank you, Kirsty.
Kathleen's on line 2.
Kathleen, good morning.
Good morning.
So what's behind the slump, Kathleen?
Yes, well, with some of the chicken issues, the supermarkets decided not to buy in organic chicken because they said they were too expensive. So they've moved down and
that's because they would take the view that the customers aren't going to buy them. I mean, if customers are going to buy them, the supermarkets would stock them, market forces.
Yes, well, I know myself and some other people who would have bought them in our local supermarket, but they're not available anymore. OK, so the supermarkets themselves, you're saying, are turning their back on organic food? Yes, indeed.
OK.
And a lot of the big supermarkets don't have organic food. If I go to Tesco's, I can't find much organic food on the shelves.
OK. And just out of interest, are you growing your own, Kathleen? That's a food, by the way, not pot, obviously.
But basically, I only grow things in pots. But I'm a farmer's daughter, so I know what organic food is. It's food raised in the process of the natural evolution of animals, farms, manure, soil, seeds. So the whole thing works as an organic whole.
There you go, David. An organic, holistic whole.
Yeah, it's
Tell me we've got Mary Jane on line 4. Tell me.
Kathleen, thank you, Kirsty.
OK, we have Jack on line 1.
Jack, good morning.
Good morning, Matthew.
Have you cut back on organic food?
I don't actually eat organic, to be honest with you, but I eat locally produced food that I get either from the market. We actually have Anglo-Welsh meat come to our market because I live here in North Wales.
Right.
And I buy from Wilton's Fruit and Veg Shop, which sources everything. I can actually ask them where everything actually comes from.
But do you find out about what chemicals have been used in the food production or how the chickens have been treated?
Well, of course I do. And what I do is I make it my business to buy food that's got as little chemical input as possible. Now, luckily, in the EU, a lot of chemicals are being banned every year, and every couple of years, the EU ministers get round the table and decide what's to be banned, what could even be possibly dangerous to our health in any way, shape or form. And is what's actually happening. The whole of the EU, and especially Britain, by the way, who was very much leading the way on this, Britain is now already semi-organic. Cumbria is almost totally organic, so is Northumberland, Yorkshire and Lancashire. Cheshire, sadly, is not.
Okay.
I mean, Cheshire, sadly...
So Jack, if we're moving towards this state of semi-organic, whatever on earth that is, why are fewer people buying the produce?
Well, the thing is, Matthew, it's all to do with the credit crunch.
Is it?
It is, genuinely, yeah. I mean, I actually do speak to people about this. And the thing that a lot of people
it's just, Jack, I'll tell you what the problem is, Jack, is people I know, they don't give up their satellite packages or their broadband connections or lots of other little luxuries. It's the first one to go is food. And you think, well, if you really believe in organic food, then surely you would cling to that above everything else because you don't want to see the little chickens living in a horrible little life or the moo-moos kept in a dark shed.
You've got to be
Oh,
really...
I want to see where you're coming from, Matthew, but, I mean, I've got friends... Hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
I've got friends who are cattle breeders, and to give you an idea, everyone involved with cattle breeding knows, especially when using artificial insemination, the first sign of improved health is the rise in conception rate.
Right.
All my friends who are cattle breeders, pedigree cattle breeders, and they need those calves every year, some for themselves, surplus to sell to other farmers. The one thing they've all found, when they've gone organic, like, I'm trying to think what his name is, the chap who runs the Rodway herd, blended red and white dairy short.
What have they found? No one's buying their meat, is what they've found. They're selling 13% less meat. They're wasting their time. 13% fewer customers. Waste of time.
I think the point is, if you paid for your meat by direct debit from your account every month, you probably wouldn't change your behavioural patterns. The fact that we do pay for our TV packages and our internet monthly, that's why we tend not to change it.
Really, really good point. Really good point, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, Hardy.
I'm here all week.
It's a good point to go to the break. Thanks for the call, Jack. I'd love to know if that's true, though, that we are moving towards a semi-organic state. What is a semi-organic state? After the break, are we really too quick?
I'm in at the moment.
Are we really too quick to take offence these days? How come David can take the mick rather gently out of Jews and Muslims in these difficult times, but other comics take a lot of flack for gags about cripples or Down syndrome children? Maybe there's no such thing as national outrage until the tabloids themselves go ballistic, as they did say after Radio 2's Saxgate scandal. 0207 173 5555. That's the number for your thoughts. Are we really too quick to take offence these days? Your shout after the ads. Don't go away.
What was the most complained about TV programme last year? X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, or Question Time? Find out in 3.